All right. Welcome to another episode. I have to start out by apologizing, Nate. I'm so sorry.
I've heard a little bit of this story. Know that I'm going to give you some grace, but I think I need more details.
I'm at work talking to Nate on the phone. I'm talking about the upcoming podcast. We're supposed to be live at 9:30. I'm like, no problem. This is going to work. All of a sudden, we got some commotion at work. Someone's stealing some wheels off the lot. We're getting in on the phone with police, and oh man, it was crazy. I'm chasing someone with 911 on the phone. Everything's good though. The wheels are safe back at work. The man is in jail. Everything is good. It was incredible though. So that's why we're late. I'm here now. We're starting this thing, fresh, clean day. What is it? What are we on? Episode 16 now. Everything is going good. This is smooth. I love it. Nothing's planned, just platonic. Awesome. Vibing.
We're just winging it. I mean, going with the couple of things that we know are happening in the golf world, and then, just kind of letting the conversation go wherever it takes us. Uh, what is on the set list first here today?
Upcoming events. What do we got?
Well, nothing, but set in stone. Set in stone. Bad thing to have on the set list, but set in stone. We know we're going to have a simulator event on the books very soon. January, mid-January, we know that we are planning a trip to Arizona late January. We'd like to have the first one done by then, but sometime after, let everyone get through the holiday season and then, kind of start to think about golf a little bit more, miss it a little bit. And, sometime in that second week of January, we're going to put together a simulator event by Minnesota left-handers, and details on that to come soon. For information, I should add, you can follow, you can like, you can subscribe, and you can listen to us, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, for these podcasts. Follow and like and all that good stuff on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and for the lighter side of golf and the social media that you run mostly, our TikTok, which is just hilarious and awesome. So find us at all those spots.
Yeah, and it sounds like we got some more goodies that showed up at your post today, huh? We got towels
Yeah.
now. What else do we got? We got cool hats. We got tumblers. We got all sorts of stuff. What do you? What else showed up today?
Uh, a bunch of stickers, man. You can fill up the back of your laptop in your little mini fridge. Everyone can have stickers everywhere. It's great. Um, I'm gonna put stickers on everything. Every rural stop sign in Wright County is gonna have a no laying up or not no laying up. Minnesota left-hander sticker on it.
Good plug.
Uh,
So yeah, I mean, we're just adding to the collection of more goodies and stuff like that, just to give people support the program. I mean, we got towels, keychains, hats, tumblers, stickers. I mean, we're just trying to give back to the people that are participating in everything that we got going on. So more goodies to come, and more stuff to hand out with every event people show up for. So it's just kind of nice to get cool stuff like that. My favorite's the towels. The towels are sick. These things are sweet. We already got. I think I got 3 of them sold already. We just got the thing. So I'm pretty excited about it.
yeah. And by the way, that I did get that. I don't know if I told you. I got the Venmo. It's all good. Um, we should segue a little bit into that slip. I was watching when you called. Um, no laying up was just releasing their tourist sauce, their travel series that they do. Comes out once a year. Comes out in October. If you're looking for high quality golf content that's new, that's fresh, it's funny. I mean, it's great stuff. The drone work, the courses they play, the interviews they get once a week now for the next, like, I don't know. I think they said they got 8 rounds, so probably 9 more weeks, 8 more weeks maybe. Just awesome golf stuff to take, especially us, up here in the frozen part of the state, or frozen part of the country. take us through fall and kind of keep it going for us. So good stuff. Check it out there. That it just finished maybe an hour ago. So it's out, it's posted, it's free content. It's just out on YouTube. My mind was on my no laying up, but we have Minnesota left-hander stickers too. So I'm excited, man. It's going on everything I own. Sponsored by Butterfield. You familiar? Could not tell you what they do. I have no idea who Butterfield is. The Butterfield Bermuda. Not a clue. Yeah. Looking at the odds, man, it's just all the big names are in the off season. The odds on favorite, Denny McCarthy, Thomas Dietrich, next. They're kind of the same odds. Seamus Power, Nick Hardy, Adrian Moronic, Mark Hubbard, Justin Lauer, Patrick Rogers, Aaron Rye, Russell Knox. I mean, those are some names that like I know, but these are just, I don't want to say these are, just to keep it positive, these are future stars.
You didn't even name my my favorite golfer.
Who's that?
John Daly, man.
Oh, Daly is in this field.
Yeah, what's his tee time? It's later in the day. Some of these guys are teeing off at just a ridiculous time. John Daly, God, he's not starting until like noon almost. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see him, which will tie into our later segment, our prize picks, because I definitely want to throw some bets on him. Maybe fairways hit, birdies, that kind of stuff. Just to see, 10:31's his tee time.
Well, I mean, you have to, because that John Daly fan club page, that TikTok that you run, is basically a John Daly love fest. And he's pretty great. I'm excited to see. I want the guy to make the cut. I think it would be great.
God, just an outstanding golfer. I mean, how is the guy still? I mean, Freddie Couples, I guess, is still golfing. We still see him show up every once in a while. So I mean, I don't know why I even question that.
So like, sidebar here, he just won like the SAS championship on the Champions Tour last week.
Okay.
For 2 points about this, 2 quick points. Final round, he shot 60. He's 63 years old. He shot 3 shots better than his age. It's insane. 1. 2, it was the same week that Brooks Koepka won the Jeddah whatever Saudi tournament.
Yeah.
Fred Couples shot 60 on a 7,200 yard course, 7,200 yards. Koepka shot 69 to win on a 7,000 yard course. Now, I'm not saying, like, there's obviously a million other factors. But the point is, just because these guys get old doesn't mean they can't play, man. 60. He was like 12 under par. It's insane. Anyway, super cool. Good for him. I love the guy. He's super fun, super mellow, so good for him. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
So now we got the VOTD keeping this segment going.
Have you seen this, or is this a fresh look for you?
This is fresh to me.
Okay. Go ahead and hit play, and then it's not super long. Let it run, and I want your reaction.
All right.
Wants to play with.
Hold on here. So let's do a little screen share here so everyone can get a glimpse of this one. Some live golf. Let's go.
So if you wanted a rematch of like the 21 PGA, like you can think about it. I'm just clarifying the rules because I don't know if everybody's saying, like, go ahead, Brooks.
That's something to consider, Brooks.
But if you want to play it, we can play it. But I would grade those. I don't know. You probably don't know this because you've never been number one in the world.
Never been number one in the world.
That's a beautiful green shirt. You have a green jacket.
It's a beautiful green shirt. Do you have a green jacket?
But anyways, pretty not huge Phil's team.
That was epic, dude. Why can't golf be more like this?
I'll tell you why. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Because they're bragging about events that they can't play in right now. And they're bragging about like world rankings that they're not even eligible for. Stupid live guys.
It's such a joke right now. And I don't know if you've been seeing some of the headlines coming out right now about Rory and Phil kind of keep on going back and forth. And they both disagree with each other, but I mean, I don't know Phil's intentions, but he's had some snide, if you want to call it, remarks. Hey, congratulations, Rory, on your win, type of deal. You know what I mean? He's got comments like this that are going around, but I swear these guys are literally right now. Phil is the face of LIV, and Rory is the face of the PGA. The golden child is what I call him. You know what I mean? And these two could solve some of these problems. I mean, why don't these two get together and try and... Golf is going to get a black eye for like the next 6 months, and it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse. These guys are going to keep on bashing each other's tournaments and stuff. Why can't we just play golf? Why can't we just stop talking about it? Why don't you guys meet up and just be like, hey, why don't we play in your tournament? You play in my tournament? Whatever. I don't know what solves it. But if there's two people that can solve it, it's not going to be Greg Norman and what's the other guy?
Jay Monahan.
Jay Monahan. They're not going to get in the same room together. Someone will end up dead. But if you could put Phil and Rory, and put these guys together, is Phil kind of full of shit? I mean, some of the stuff this guy's saying, and like the last video we watched of him doubling down on the Shipnook book, like, I didn't say that. What do you mean?
That's weird.
You know what I mean?
Weird.
So, like, can you trust this guy who has an established gambling problem that everyone knows of, that's been made public? I mean, it's the only way to get through this is to work together. I mean, in a world where there's so much divide right now, why don't you guys take the high road and make something out of this? Be a role model. Be a superhero, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, so there's a couple undeniable factors here. I think one is that the PGA Tour, regardless of money and regardless of how this has all gone down, the PGA Tour has a history that LIV doesn't have. But LIV has legitimacy that the PGA Tour guys wish it didn't have, and it's got this legitimacy because the big names went. A lot of big names went. And so I was just kind of thinking about this as you're talking here, and it feels a little bit like in high school sports, when the senior who builds his way up to be a starter, he's worked hard, he's put in his time, he played some JV, he sat varsity, he's finally got his chance to start on the varsity team as a senior, right? Well, then some ninth grader shows up, hasn't put in nearly the year's worth of work, and is good and is a starter. Takes his spot. That feels like what this is. LIV feels like that ninth grader that hasn't put in the time, doesn't have the history, doesn't have the legacy that the PGA Tour has. And so they're feeling a little bit put out by Greg Norman, who's like this commissioner who, again, hasn't put in the work, but he's making it happen. He's legitimate, and you have to make it work. That senior and that ninth grader, they have to figure out how to get along, otherwise the season's going down the drain, right? LIV and the PGA Tour, I'm not even saying that the PGA Tour has to let the LIV guys play in the PGA Tour events. If you don't want them to play in the PGA Tour events, that's fine. But the Ryder Cup and the President's Cup and the majors, everybody needs to play. I think everybody needs to play. Justin Johnson, like, he's playing unbelievable golf. Yes, it's 54 holes, not 72. Like, there's some weirdness there. But Cameron Smith's the number 2 player in the world. When you don't have those guys, you lose. The PGA Tour is going to end up losing out on this too, because you just don't have the best players in the world. So to some extent, it's like you need to compromise. They don't need to play in the Butterfield Bermuda. They don't even need to play in Bay Hill. They don't need to play in the Genesis. Like, I that's fine. Those elevated events, that's cool, but they need to be involved. So, like, yeah, there needs to be an olive branch here.
In change, I mean, as much as people are afraid of change, change happens all the time, and it needs to happen to make things good. Otherwise, the same thing is repetitive, and it just loses. I mean, how much publicity has the game of golf been getting over the last 6 months? It's insane. It's insane how much is changing in the game of golf right now because of this division, this unneeded division. And everyone's got their opinion on it, but like I say, if there's 2 people that are going to be able to fix this problem, is Rory and Phil. I mean, if it's never going to happen, but if these guys could take the high road and get together and try and make this something, I mean, they're the guys that are going to have the most pull to make that happen. So that's about all we got.
And I mean, I don't think Phil was wrong. I thought he was kind of a nut when at first. But I mean, look at what Jay Monahan opened up. Oh, look at all this extra money we have that we can.
That's
start
weird.
handing out.
Here you go. Here you get some money.
It's just over here in the corner. Didn't see that there. Like, so Phil, he was onto something. I don't know that he conveyed it in the right way or what.
Right.
I don't know.
It's like LeBron going to the Heat, taking his talents to Miami. Did he do the decision? Did he do it right? Did everyone hold him at a different standard to doing that? No one's perfect. No one's going to do it the right way.
But also, you're not going to make everyone happy with the way you do it either. So just do it and be happy that it's done, because there's a lot of people, a lot of golfers, a lot of PGA Tour players who are happy. They never got a live invite. They're still on the PGA Tour. They're happy that this happened because they're making more money.
Oh, absolutely. Someone had to make the leap.
Mm-hmm.
So next up here, you got the quote of the day.
The question of the day.
Or question of the day, sorry.
I still, we talked about this last episode, I still wonder what is going to happen with a women's league, like a women's live. Now, I had to look it up today, and I've already forgotten. Her first name is Molly. She's the commissioner of the LPGA, the Jay Monahan of the LPGA. How is she not just S-ing her P's here about what's going to happen when live women show up? I suppose I could have said pants. I don't have to censor the word pants. S-ing her pants. But how are they not learning from Monahan's mistakes? I guess I hope they are learning from Monahan's mistakes, because we can, whether you're a PGA Tour guy or a live guy, we can look at Monahan and go, you screwed this up. How you handled this was pretty poor. So I guess the LPGA Tour has a bit of an edge because they're getting to watch this all happen before there's even a tour for them on the live side. And so they can manage it better. They can try to, figure it out, compromise a little differently. I don't know, but you've got something to learn from. You have a blueprint. Learn from it. I would think that there'd be something there. Now I think they're going to lose a ton, but that's just me.
Oh, and here's the thing too about the women's side of stuff. You have to have a following. I mean, I don't think there's a large enough following for the money to be in there. Even with the LPGA Tour, the purse isn't big enough. The money isn't there. I mean, it's like forcing women's basketball. I mean, that took women's soccer. Just women's sports in general. The reason why the PGA Tour is what it is because there's a big following for it that pushes for that. It has nothing to do with whether they're men, women, or whatever. It's people want to watch that high quality of sports that they pulled to a different level. And if that following ain't there with the LPGA, there's not enough money to push it over to a live as much as they could learn and progress from where they're at now. And like we had that conversation before, all the different stuff that could happen and be great for that, but I just don't think there's enough money, and that's what everything's about nowadays. It's just the money. I just don't think there's enough there for it to become big enough like the Live Tour has over there. So I don't know.
So, are you of the opinion that there won't be a women's tour
I would
associated with Live?
I would put money on it.
That there will be or won't be?
Won't.
Okay.
Two big reasons: not enough money, and their view of women over there.
Okay.
The people that are funding it. You know what I mean?
Now, okay, it's interesting. I'm hoping that, we get some engagement here. I'll put this question out on all the social medias and comment on YouTube if you're watching it there. I'm interested in what people think. The only thing I would say in response to you is that there's not enough money on the men's side. They don't have sponsors. They don't even have fans going. Like, they do, but they're selling tickets on StubHub for $1 at one of the previous terms. Like, they're not pulling in a lot of money.
But that's an investment. Look at what we got going on right now. We're not making money. I mean, we're putting our own money and investing it into something that we believe in and that we're having fun with, and hey, it's great. You know what I mean? You got to start somewhere. The NFL didn't become the NFL overnight. You had the USFL and the American League and bought out, merged, and all this stuff, and it took years and years to become what it was. So for Live to become what it wants to be, it's got to start somewhere. And now that they're growing and it seems exponential, I mean, it's doubling.
It is.
Cameron Smith, like, that's crazy. Now, I like watching him golf. He's a great golfer. I like watching Phil, lefty. Everyone loves watching lefty hit the ball. You know what I mean? It aside from him and who he is as a person, I don't need to love him as a person to like him as a golfer. I mean, Sergio is a great golfer, but absolutely no one likes him. But
he's a whiny bitch.
it's fun to watch a guy golf. Bryson DeChambeau's got an ugly swing. It's still fun to watch him swing a club. I mean,
and he's a colossal pain in the ass.
Yeah, right. But there's still people that I love to watch golf. And when I'm watching the PGA Tour and I'm not seeing these guys, Ricky Fowler hasn't been relevant forever. But everyone loves to watch him golf because he's fun to watch golf. You know what I mean? So the PGA Tour or the Live Tour has to start somewhere. And they're, like I said, they're exponentially growing right now. They are literally a TV deal of signing of an ESPN, ABC, CBS, NBC, NBA, whatever. They are literally a TV deal away from going big. You know what I mean? With people can actually watch it, because if I'm not going to hop on my computer and watch it on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or wherever they're going on, I'm always following stats and checking on it and stuff like that. But there's not too much that I'm watching. But if it's on a Sunday and I can hop on and watch the final round and watch the teams go at it, heck yeah, I'd watch a few.
Especially if they're on the other side of the world and it's a morning round here, and we got a little bit of time in the morning, quiet morning or something. You're not, your day hasn't really started, but they're finishing kind of like we get with the DP World Tour. Like, they play their tournaments early morning here. It's whatever time, just the time zone change makes it possible to watch some of those. So that's kind of cool. That won't be the case in Miami here starting on the 20th. I think they're the 28th to the 30th. So this weekend is the Live Team Championship. What Koepka won was the individual championship, but this weekend is the Team Championship at Trump Doral in Miami. So I don't know. Might be worth tuning in for a few minutes. Like I said, I'm interested to see what next year's major season, so like April to August-ish, holds. What do they decide?
God, I hope I get to see these guys in majors. But speaking of next year, sounds like you might have a plan for us next year.
Yeah, I was just you're moving to the next thing on the set list there, and I think
smooth transitions.
Yeah, it worked great until I totally called it off, and this got really choppy. So whatever. I'm just thinking, we know what the elevated events are going to be. There's 20 of them. And we know that Liv is, I think, going to have 14. And we've got majors as part of those 20 elevated. I just think that we should have some sort of running bet, running something going on between us.
I love
And it would be, Liv would be separate from PGA Tour or something because they're not playing against each other. I don't know how you would compare the two, but it just kind of something going on, that we could put together for next year. So I think if the audience has any interest in hearing what we have to say about our opinion on the odds and other things, they'll get to see that. Does that seem like something you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah. I'd love to take your money.
Oh, great. Thanks. No, that is honestly, I don't know where we're staying in Arizona. I don't know if we're going to stay at a hotel, if we are going to stay at a casino. I don't know what the
casino for sure.
But I do know that we're going to casinos.
Mm-hmm. No, we're staying at a casino.
I want to play sports bets.
I didn't like Wecopa, but I did like that horse one that we stayed at, Horse's Pass or whatever. And I know there's a few of those around, so we might just have to stay on a different. I think there's 3 throughout the whole Arizona area.
The Gila River or Gila River.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably pronouncing it.
It would be kind of cool to stay northwest because we've been east, we've been south, we've traveled to the north, but we haven't been on the northwest or west side of Arizona. I don't know what's over there.
And so here's the deal. I know there's 200 courses in Arizona, and I've only played 6 or 7 different ones or whatever. But on the north or on the west side, the Verado Club, 36 holes. You don't have to deal with the Scottsdale prices over on the east side there. The west side, you got this Verado. It's 36 holes. What a day. Last year we played Auction, the Southern Dunes course.
Yeah, not a fan. I'm not accurate enough with my driver to play that course.
So here's the deal. That's not even like desert golf in the sense that Verado, like if you were to pull up in the coming days here, pull up the Verado golf course on Google Earth and look at where that course goes, man. It is in the middle of nowhere. It's awesome. It's so cool. And it's on the west side, so they don't charge the same thing that like Wecopa does.
Okay.
It's a whole different thing. And there's a whole bunch of cool hiking so that, our wives can go be happy with that too, because I know that they like doing that. And I like doing some of that too. So
so this kind of reminds me of what Wecopa was like. I mean, it was literally rocks and desert when you got off the fairway.
But the thing about Wecopa is it's even more like just unfettered desert than this course is. Verado's got some houses on it. It does. Yep. But there's a few holes that are legitimately like the middle of nowhere. And it's so cool. I would go back and play it in a heartbeat.
Well, we can't go there if you've been there. So that's my rule.
No, I do want to play it again. Because I could learn some things. So like I'm totally cool with that. I'm cool with that. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, this place looks pretty sweet. That'll have to be one of our trips. Looks beautiful. Yeah. God, Arizona is such an awesome place.
We'll just find a couple other rounds somewhere. So I like the idea of playing close to the airport on a sort of a getaway round. We played Papago. We could play Raven. That's close too.
Papago was nice. I mean, it felt kind of inner city-ish, if you know what I mean, but
it was but I've also heard that there, I don't know if it's a renovation or whatever, but it's like all ripped up at the moment.
Oh,
it's not looking great. But I would do Raven. Raven is just as close to the airport, but just south rather than like a little bit northeast.
And after we hit the north, the south, and all that fun stuff, we're gonna have to switch over and check out another one.
Yeah, we'll go. I wouldn't mind looking at Texas. A few other places. Like there's a few places we could go. But what do you have for prize picks?
Prize picks. Let's go. Gambling. So prize picks is kind of like my thing that I love doing. I'm always looking for the next big thing. I like to go with my gut. I'll look at some odds and stuff like that. Prize Picks has some good stuff. Now here I gotta ask you: do you want to bet on birdies are better, strokes, birdies are better matchup, greens and regulations, fairways hit? This is the first round for Thursday, so tomorrow. Let's do some AM guys here, and birdies are better.
Oh, it's gotta be Bermuda because it's Thursday. Okay.
So, give me some names that you like. Mark Hubbard. We got to make a pick with John Daly. John Daly's at 3 for birdies or better, which would be a nice push because then we can get a half a bet.
We gotta talk about Mark Hubbard for a second. Just got away from me. The Sanderson Farms. This is what happened to him on Sunday.
It's the same thing that happened to you.
He just couldn't putt. So I don't. Long story short, I don't trust him.
We're out on him. All right, so we got McCarthy, Dietrich, Knox, Power, Rogers, Hoffman, Haas. I don't know. I hate these. Like,
it's so hard.
Can I have just like one name I know? Where's Tony Finau? Right. Can I get a Tony Finau? Can I get a Tom Kim? Can I get something? I got Russell Knox. I don't know.
All right, so what do we
have?
I'm going
John Daly. I'm going John Daly. Is he going to have over or under 3 birdies?
In round 1. In round 1 only?
Yeah. Par 71.
Over.
I'm taking the over too because even if we get to 3, it's a push, which is fine. Now let's go to strokes. Who do you think is going to have the best round? Russell Knox, Aaron Ra,
literally anyone.
Rye, no, Denny McCarthy, Thomas Dietrich, Mark Hubbard, Seamus Power, Patrick Rogers, Eric Van Roonen.
He's a golfer, by the way. He's a University of Minnesota golfer.
Eric
Van Rooyen, he played for us, yeah.
Oh, let's homer this one then. Huh? What do you think? Strokes on him? Over under 69.5. Par is 71. Or we can do fairways hit for him. 8 fairways.
He is not I hate to short sell, but he's not moving in the right direction at the moment. I would say take the over on score.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna go over 69.5? All right.
Which is 1 under at best, right? So
yeah.
He can shoot 70.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm taking the over.
Smashing it.
Yes.
It's a lock.
It's really too bad because I want to see golfers play well.
Yeah. We're homers. So let's put that entry in and we'll revisit it and see what we come up with.
Yeah.
God, I love Prize Picks. Gambling is just something else, man. It makes watching stuff that much more fun. It's so much more fun.
Man, I'm telling you, the sports book watching that Packer 49er game was so
much fun. It was insane, dude. It was so much fun. So glad at Rodgers lost, though. But I mean, it was fun.
I'm not. I lost money.
I know. All right, so now our last thing here. We got 4 minutes. Let's go through the NFL pick'ems.
Yep. So it's week 8.
And Vikings are back too. So they're just coming off a bye. We're looking good there. All right, so tomorrow, first game of the week, Ravens, Bucks.
Oh, yeah,
Ref,
it
come here.
seems like a lock,
Ref,
but
come.
it's not a lock.
Come here.
And both of those are. Yeah, that's tricky. I'm gonna go Ravens.
Ravens. I like it. I'm going Bucks just because Tom Brady cannot lose another game. Broncos Jags.
Jags.
I'm going Jags as well. Dolphins Lions. Tua is back.
Dolphins.
Going Dolphins as well. Panthers Falcons.
Oh, just a dumpster fire of a game.
Division game though.
Falcons.
Same. Cardinals.
Man, you lost McCaffrey. You don't have your starting quarterback. It's got to be Falcons.
Cardinals Vikings.
Vikings.
Cowboys Bears.
Cowboys.
God, Bears are starting to get hot, dude. But they did just trade a defensive rusher, Robert Quinn, I think.
Is this Dax? Came back.
Second. I'm going Cowboys too. Raiders Saints.
Oh. Saints.
I'm going Raiders. Steelers Eagles.
Is that a question?
Eagles. Jets Patriots. Division game.
Who's starting for the Patriots?
Probably Zappy.
You said Jets?
Yep.
Guys, I think it's Jets. Either
Jets.
way,
Jets lost Brees Hall too, so I don't know. I'm gonna take Jets. Titans Texans.
Titans.
Same. Giants Seahawks.
Giants. I mean, their luck has to run out eventually, but
I'm taking Seahawks. Commanders Colts.
who was just named the starter for the Colts?
I don't even know the guy's name.
Some Joe Bag of Donuts. It's not Matt Ryan anymore.
No.
Not the Colts.
I'm going Commanders. Rams 49ers.
McCaffrey's first game as a 49er?
Second
game. 49ers.
I'm 49ers too. Packers Bills.
Bills.
I hope it's a blowout. 33-10. That'd be awesome. And I hope they have to pull their starters. Oh yeah, it'd be great. Bengals Browns.
Bengals.
Same. And backing up to the Commanders, do you know who Homer here? Do you know who is the quarterback of the Commanders now?
Taylor Heineke.
Yes. Love it. I love it. All right. There we go. Putting 5 on it.
But you could homer Carson Wentz too because people think Fargo's in Minnesota.
Technically it is. There is a Fargo, Minnesota.
Where's Fargo, Minnesota?
Isn't it like West Fargo or something like that?
Well, West Fargo would be further into North Dakota.
I don't know. Anyways, all right, we're going to wrap this up on a loss. I'm going to chalk that one up as an L. No Fargo. Yeah, Grant, that's... But hey, we appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Another episode in the books. As always, thank you, Nate. Appreciate it.
Yes. See you next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Follow, like, subscribe.
Next Wednesday at 9:30. Not going to miss it.
Unless there's a high-speed chase. But we'll deal with that when it comes around.
All right. Have a good night, buddy.
See ya.